Okay, as I said, I brought a lot of the truck home last year, so I've had a fair amount of time to go through things and get them ready for when I got the truck here. One of them was obviously the transfer case. Being a 1500 weight, it has a single speed transfer case, and this one looked very good. I did not take it apart. It sounds good. It looks good. The fluid wasn't bad when I took it out. So the only thing that I've done to it is on each of the flanges, I've put new seals and new speedy sleeves. So all of these are sealed up nice and tight. You take those caps off, make sure you put all the shims back on exactly where they are. I only was able to salvage from other projects one of these original bolts, because these don't get tightened up with lock washers when you put it on. They do want some flex in it, so these are then wired. So I got some new bolts and I drilled them. Went through a lot of drill bits to get through these because these are heavy duty. And I'll wire those up. If you've got the manual, it shows you the layout of the wiring, and I'll probably get some stainless steel wire or something like that to do that when I get ready to put this in. That's the bracket. I've got some NOS. Lucky enough to come across some NOS, those rubber cushions that go there. My buddy Grant has a number of them, and I think he's going to be making more of his stuff available for sale in the near future. I'll post it and I'll let you know when that happens. Got things here like the cab mounts, the cab mount and the brake master cylinder mount. Just an observation on this master cylinder. I was just working on this. This is one of these Argentine 1-inch ones. They're good quality. They work. The originals are 1 1/4 inch, and if you got them, get them sleeved. They're gold and unobtainium. So that's the ones to use. Now, a little hint about these things that I found out is that these distance between here and here on a standard one is 4 inches. On these ones, it's 100 millimeter. So it's just over 4 inches. So you got to hog out these holes a bit to get that to fit in. And it sure was nice to do it here on the bench, as opposed to replacing a master cylinder underneath and grinding it and having everything in your face. So that's a caveat about buying these 1-inch ones. And they work fine. You're going to have a longer stroke on your foot pedal. Long as your brakes are all in adjustment, absolutely perfectly acceptable to use these. I've been working on this one with linseed oil, soaking it in and trying to get it. This was dry rot. This was on the truck I got out of Williams Lake a few years ago, the winch truck that I've done. And so it's a little skeptical about using it. I'd like to come across an NOS steering wheel. They're out there, and I think I will get one and relegate this one to display on the wall. These are these special bolts here that go in the mount. You can see where they go in there. You can see there's the shadow of them. Let me adjust my camera here a little bit. Wrong way. Okay. So those are something, and you don't want to break them. And if you don't have to take these things off, I never would have took them off in all likelihood. I never would have taken them off the frame. Would have left them as they were, unless there was such corrosion that I needed to do so. I was able to pick these up. These are for the saddles for the gas tanks. These are NOS. You can use just about anything. You can go to an auto parts store and get something to line your gas tanks. Here's something too. I'll come around and give you a bit of different look at the other end of it. This is the muffler I've been using on my CMPs, or at least the last couple of projects. It's off a Ford F-150. Now these would be two exhausts. This is actually the exhaust side, and the single on the other end is the intake, as used on an F-150. I use it the other way around. A friend of mine with CMP, Waldy, he ran that muffler and found that was the way to go. There's not much difference when you're with a small motor like a 235 or a 216, running the two in there, and I'll show you why I need two intakes in a second. I got the spring seats, and if you've ever driven a long way on these things, sitting on a sprung seat is far, far superior to a foam block or something like that. A really substantive seat makes a big difference when you're driving a CMP, especially any amount of seat time. And I've got a lot of seat time in these trucks, so I'll give you. We'll move on to the next sub-assembly that I've been working on.